Picture this. You're at a dinner table. Someone cracks a joke. Everyone laughs, genuinely, loudly. And then, 3 seconds later, half the table has their phone out trying to recreate that moment for people who weren't even there. But one person at that table just stays in the moment. No phone, no story, no post. Who is that person? And more importantly, are they losing something? Or are they the only one who actually got something from that dinner? Today we're talking about the people who have walked away from social media. Not because they're technophobes, not because they're old-fashioned, but because something inside them said, "This doesn't feel right." And science is now backing them up in ways that should make every one of us stop and think. Let's be real about what social media actually is. It's not a tool for connection. It was engineered by some of the smartest behavioral scientists on the planet to be as difficult to put down as possible. Every like, every comment, every notification is a tiny signal your brain interprets as reward. Dopamine floods in. You feel good for a second. Then the feeling fades. So you scroll again, looking for the next hit. This isn't weakness. This is biology being exploited by billion-dollar companies whose entire business model depends on how long they can keep your eyes on a screen. People who don't use social media didn't necessarily figure all of this out intellectually. Many of them just felt it, that something about the whole system felt hollow, and they trusted that feeling. Here's the thing nobody tells you when you sign up. Social media is not a window into real life. It's a highlight reel, and your brain doesn't know the difference. Every time you scroll, you are unconsciously measuring your ordinary Tuesday against someone else's best Saturday, filtered, edited, and posted at peak lighting. You will always feel behind. You will always feel like less, not because you are less, but because the game is designed so that you feel that way. Research from the University of Pennsylvania showed that even reducing social media to 30 minutes a day improved mental health significantly. But people who cut it out entirely? They reported lower anxiety, stronger sense of self, and higher overall life satisfaction. They stopped measuring. And when you stop measuring yourself against a fake standard, you start seeing your own life clearly, maybe for the first time. We talk a lot about money, but there's another currency most people give away for free every single day: their attention. The average person hands over more than 2.5 hours of focused attention to social media every single day. Do the math. That's nearly 40 full days every year, gone. People who stay off social media don't get a longer life. They get a fuller one. They read the books they always meant to read. They pursue the hobbies they kept pushing off. They have the long, uninterrupted conversations that actually build relationships. And here's what brain imaging research is starting to confirm. Heavy, consistent social media use is associated with reduced activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that handles focus, reasoning, and self-control. In other words, the more you scroll, the harder it becomes to stop scrolling. People who opt out are doing something quietly powerful. Every day they choose not to scroll, they're strengthening the very mental muscles the algorithm is designed to weaken. Let's talk about something uncomfortable. Most of what we call staying connected on social media isn't connection at all. It's performance. You're not sharing your life. You're curating a version of your life that you hope other people will approve of. Every caption is calculated. Every photo is filtered. Every post is a small audition. And somewhere in that process, the actual experience, the joy, the mess, the beauty of just being somewhere gets replaced by the question, how do I make this look good? People who don't use social media have broken free from that loop. When they go somewhere, they go there. When they eat something, they taste it. When they laugh without wondering if it's photogenic. Studies show a counterintuitive truth. People who pull back from social media tend to have fewer friendships, but deeper ones. Because instead of maintaining 400 surface-level connections through likes and reactions, they invest real time and energy into the people directly in front of them. Here's something that will stick with you. Research has found that when you constantly document your experiences for social media, you actually remember them less clearly. Because you're not fully inside the moment, you're outside it, framing it, packaging it for an audience. Your brain was in content mode, not memory mode. People who don't post their experiences are building something social media can't touch. Real, vivid, personal memories that belong entirely to them. And creatives who step away from social media report something almost universally. Their work improves. Not because they gained new skills, but because they stopped creating for algorithms and started creating for themselves again. There's a version of you that exists outside of metrics, outside of reach and engagement and follower counts. That version doesn't need validation to create. It just creates, because it has something to say. Now, let's be fair. Not everyone who avoids social media has made a conscious, empowered choice. Some people stay off because they're afraid of being judged, afraid of being seen. That's not freedom, that's hiding. So here's the question worth sitting with. Are you avoiding social media because it genuinely doesn't serve your life? Or are you avoiding it because stepping into the spotlight scares you? One of those is a choice. The other is a fear wearing a choice as a disguise. This video isn't an anti-technology argument. It's an invitation to be honest with yourself. Is social media a tool you're using, or a habit that's using you? The people who have stepped back from social media aren't living in the past. They're not missing out. In many ways, they're the ones who are most present. In their work, in their relationships, in their own heads. They've made a decision that most of us don't even realize is available to us. That their time, their attention, and their mental energy have value. And they've decided to spend those things intentionally. You don't have to delete every app today, but maybe, just maybe, next time you reach for your phone at a dinner table, or feel that pull to document something before you've even experienced it, pause for 1 second. Ask yourself, am I living this moment, or am I producing it? That one question might change everything. If this video made you think, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And drop in the comments, are you on social media by choice, by habit, or somewhere in between?